Hi, this is Dorothy Smith, and I am going to show you the close to my heart scrapbooking workshop called Celebrate Today. And it's got 2 single-page layouts and 2 two-page layouts. And it's very festive, very colorful, and would be great for all sorts of parties and festivities. So it comes with all sorts of real pretty paper and nice, really cute zip strips, but it also comes with raspberry cardstock, black cardstock, and lots and lots of die cuts. And this is Project 1. Project 1 has 4 pinwheels to it. So there's a lot of speeding up here because putting the pinwheels together, I should have given them more due thought because I need to kind of come up with something that puts those together more easily. I had a little bit of a problem with them because liquid glass is not an instant glue. It takes a while to adhere, and it's a very strong glue, so that they suggest using it, but anyway, you'll see. So I'm just going through the papers here. There's the black and there's the raspberry cardstock. Here are some of the die cut sheets, and you get a bag of sequins that have some iridescent stars with them, and they're real pretty. Anyway, you get a whole big bag of lots and lots of sequins. So all of the stars are going to go with Project 2, so that's going to be real interesting when I come to it. And we're going to make our own star shaker windows with vellum paper. So how cool is that? Oh, vellum paper is another one of the papers that comes with this kit. So that corner there in teal is a die cut. Those gorgeous watercolor pink background sheets I just love that. And on the back side of them are some really beautiful flowers, very bright floral. And the sprinkles paper, how cute is that for like a birthday? Has nice dots on the other side. And look at this watercolor striped paper. I love that. And the opposite side is a green-blue plaid. So that is definitely a star right there. So that'll be a 2-page layout. And this is a sheet of stickers, 12 by 12 sheet of stickers with titles and all sorts of stuff on it. And like I said, there's lots. I'm yawning. That's bad. Lots of die cuts. Now this is going to be the die cut for Project 1. So there's 2 big circles, and here's for another project, and that looks like it's going to be some work. And I like these clouds. Those are cute. And of course you get picture holders, photo holders. Do you have time to put pictures on these pages? And love the zip strips. So love that little heart zip strip, and these are all scraps. That's a cute one too with the candles. And I really like this as a zip strip. So it's the Roy G. Biv color wheel. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Very cool. Okay, so I'm going to set those up in the corner because I am only going to do one project at a time here. So I'll do Project 1. I can't get all these things together. I have punched some of these out. Oh, there's part of Project 1. So there was a reason for me to go back to that sheet. Anyway, I love the sprinkle paper. So these die cuts, I think I may have mentioned it another time. The die cuts are easier to pop out than they have been. So they're much easier to work with. And this is cute because we're going to use the negative space. And if you want to use, you can keep the Celebrate title and use it for something else. So I like the negative space because then all the sprinkles are going to show through. I mean, very cute. And there's the hearts going across the top. And speaking of hearts, there are all little punch-out hearts here. Now you can also hold on to these and use them. You could actually use them on these layouts if you wanted to, because they would go perfectly with them. So I'm just popping out all the little hearts here. It's kind of fun that they're using the negative space. Normally what we would be doing would be using the hearts. So fun. So it just takes me a while to go through these. Should have sped this part up. Tell you what I will speed up is making those pinwheels. That's a little tedious. Like I said, might have to ask what the tricks are to holding those together. So, in the background for the picture is going to be black. So it's for a 4x6. And I'm just gonna see how nicely that's gonna stand out with all those big circles around it. So all of these circles are gonna surround the picture. And look at this, 4 pinwheels. And they end up being, when you put them together, they end up being a little thick. And so what you have to do on the picture and the mat is to pop it up with foam dots, foam glue dots, to make it rise above the page so that the pinwheels can get tucked underneath that. So in the end, you'll see, but I end up using like 3 layers of foam, and it's thick foam too, dots to pop up my picture. So I'm just kind of placing the circles around. And the orange one is a grid, so that's going to be used for a journaling place with the straight lines. And the yellow dot on the right-hand side also has a grid mark. You can't really see it because it's in white, but it also has a grid that can be used also for journaling. And so I'm just going to put a couple of these in place. And it's a little bit difficult. See, I should have put the yellow a little bit over to the left to try to figure out where to put these. So I'm just trying to get a kind of handle on eyeballing where these things need to go. So I'm going to put the orange one there. And then the yellow one kind of gets tucked, I believe, underneath it. So here we go. See, you can see that fortunately this is scored. If I had to score this, that would have been very, very time consuming. But this is scored already. So you're making an accordion. So ever so often give it a good squeeze to get all the little folds nice and sharp. Whoops, and then it goes kapowie on you. So I start, there we go, I've got it. And just get a different handle on it. And it's just a little awkward for me to do. This is pretty fine work here to handle these small accordion folds. So these squares are specifically cut one by one to so you can glue the pinwheel onto a backing to kind of hold it in place. And then it gives you something to add your adhesive to when you're going to get ready to put it on the page. And so you're going to put these together and glue them together end to end. And I used some liquid glass there, and I'm trying to hold it in place on the little one by one square, but then it keeps on popping up. So somebody's probably come up with a real clever way of holding that in place. And so the 3x3 block is heavy enough that it holds it down and holds the whole pinwheel close together. So I should have gotten some bigger blocks because the smaller blocks aren't heavy enough to handle it. So you can see that I'm giving the folds a good squeeze every so often to keep the pinwheel folds pretty sharp. So I'm putting some liquid glass on there just so it can start drying and get a little tacky, so it doesn't take so long for it to hold. Normally liquid glass can take quite a bit of holding on to before you can let go. Its dry time is probably around, 15 or 20 minutes. So if you can let it get tacky for a while, that kind of helps. But once you get the two ends together, then so I'm going to put some liquid glass on there. And I guess if I had, maybe some glue dots would have been good instead of liquid glass on those little black squares, because that would hold it immediately, and they have a pretty good strength to those glue dots. Anyway, I didn't try that. I'm thinking about it now because this was kind of awkward to do. And to get the things to, get them to sit and hold in place. So when you're folding these, when you glue the ends together and you're turning them, not really inside out, but let's say that for the minute, you want the flat edge to go on the inside and the scalloped edge to go on the outside. And you want to squish down the little center as much as you can. So you want as small it just wants to explode on you. See, I think if I used a glue dot, that would have really helped there. I was going to use my phone, but then I can't see if it's coming apart. So I hold it. So now we're going to work on the blue one and try to get it to behave to go inside. It's just like rubbing your tummy and your head at the same time. They are cute, though. I will say they're very cute. And not sure whether we've done this before. I tried the phone again. I should have gone and got a whole bunch more blocks from the other room. So anyway, but this is fun. We're having fun and we're learning new techniques, and that's the whole idea. So you're making something that's real cute. You're going to make something that, is different. And, somebody can say, wow, look at what you've done. And you will stand back proudly and say, yes, I did that. I did that, and look at how cute it is. So I will say I do like these pinwheels. But I think glue dots may be the way to go on that black 1x1 square rather than the liquid glass. That's what I would suggest try it with the liquid glass. Now the teal one has been sitting there for a while. Oh, and I've got an orange one to do. So the teal one's probably getting kind of dry at this moment. So the 2 blocks on top of one thing is kind of enough weight to hold it in place. So maybe I can use the the 3x3 to hold the orange one in place. You know, if you can get a technique going, you know, then you can get faster at doing this. It all comes down to, you know, when you're doing scrapbook pages, when you're making cards, when you do something the second time, it's faster. By the time you're doing it the third and fourth time, it's like, okay, I got this. So I'm going to cheat and use a little staple to hold it together. So getting it to kind of go in there and then lay the way it's supposed to is, I wish I thought about the glue dots. Yeah, there we go. See, that 3x3 is perfect for that job. So any of your blocks 3x3 and bigger, we'll hold those in place. And try the glue dot because I think that's going to help them enormously. So now when you read the instructions, it tells you to stack up foam squares, foam dots on the back of your picture because these, I don't know how thick these pinwheels are, maybe not quite 1/4 of an inch, maybe like 3/16 or so. And so you want your picture is going to rise above the pinwheels. So it just so happens that I got adhesives in today. And so I've been out of my foam dots for a long time, and I just ran out of I used the last piece of my foam tape, and lo and behold, here comes an order from close to my heart with a whole bunch of adhesives. So I am going to use a whole bunch of adhesives, 12 on this one piece, not including the center. So I am taking off the little papers and putting the next one on. And so these will allow the pinwheels to go underneath, to kind of scoot underneath. So I look at that and I'm thinking, I think I need another layer. So I put another, so by this time it's getting pretty tall in the saddle, for sure. So I put those to the side and kind of look, hopefully that will handle it. So I'm going to put the other little dots in place, or circles, I guess. And look at how nice and colorful this page is going to be. And the black is really an accent for all those bright colors. So it's cute. It's cute. So if you've got a birthday or a fun celebration coming up, what a cute page to put a nice picture on. So our hearts are going to go on there. And to celebrate, I'm just going to put it over to the side. General placement there. And here goes my yellow pinwheel. It's going to go right in between the red and the blue. That's perfect. Nice color contrast. And the orange is going to go between the blue and the yellow. Look at how pretty that is. The orange against the blue is really, it's opposites on the color wheel. So it's perfect. So I forgot to take the non-stick papers off of my glue dots. There we go. Look at how cute. See how cute it turned out? That's, when you finally get done, it's so worth the effort. You have to appreciate artists coming up with these designs and these ideas. And, so now we're just going to add some little stars and butterflies and some of the little iridescent sequins. I couldn't figure out where the light blue stars were, and then I realized that there were iridescent sequins in star shape in the bag. So it's a little hard to find them in the bag. I just got some of the craft jars. So I would suggest getting some craft jars to put the sequins in, and so you can see what you've got. And that's easier to deal with than the bag of sequins that can go flying on you. So I'm just picking out some stars and some cute little black tags that say you are loved and time for cake and celebrate this life. So, you can pick out what you want to put on that particular page. And they're very cute. I like those the little titles. There. So you can see in there that there are some stars. They all look pretty small, but I really should have gone and gotten a craft jar since I just bought some of those too. So I'll just put some out there and just kind of look for some stars. And then I put down a little dot of liquid glass, and then all the sequins start sticking to your fingers. So just put down some little dots of liquid glass, and that holds the little sequins in place. So just a little dab will do ya. And then to get them unstuck, you have to use the tweezer. Otherwise, they just stick to your fingers. So I know there's some little bigger ones, a slightly bigger star in there. And then I just start using some of the sequins. So that's okay. Anything for a little iridescent. And there's white and silver in this bag also, but I really like the iridescent sequins and stars. So we'll put one there and see if I can find another star. There's a star. Trying to get a hold of it. It got away from me. There we go. There we go. Okay. Too cute. Too cute. I like it. And I'm out of range now. So I'll set my liquid glass aside and put my sequins away, and they're all full of static electricity. So what you can do, if you have one of those anti-static bags, they look like a little resin bag or resin bag. You can poof a little bit of the bag into your sequin bag, and it'll help with taking some of that static electricity out of the sequins, because good grief, they stick to everything. And they just kind of get out of control. So there's my page. So celebrate today. That's the title of the page. So how cute. I think it's just really, whoops, let's get it close in. It's really cute with those little rainbow hearts going across the top and all the different color sequins, sprinkles on the back side of the page. Love it. Hope you like it. Take care. Bye now.